Welcome back, guys. The Apple mothership has certainly sprung a few leaks. Today we're going to be taking a look at one of the biggest leaks of this entire year, and that's regarding the iPhone 11 and its final form and AirPods 3, which are coming by end of year. So a little scary, but even more stuff keeps getting leaked. I really never thought that 2018, the year of leaks, would get beaten. Apple has different plans for us this year, or everyone leaking all this information. So let's start with this. Planet of the Apes is actually happening, and this is where it begins, mark my words. So I thought that I would share this with you. Honestly, we're nothing but mammals, as a great man named Eminem once said. Anyways, since it's a singular piece of glass and it doesn't cover the lens, it actually just runs up to it, that means it's going to be easily replaceable. No longer will it be a fight about looks, it's still being debated, but functionality-wise and design-wise, it's definitely an evolution. So moving on, the lenses aren't able to see much inside of them. So Max Weinbach actually messaged me about this a couple of days. It'll be body colored, and what we've seen in the video is that silver look on the inside of the lens and the black, but we haven't seen the gold, so that's what that would look like. I didn't catch from Ming Chi Kuo's earlier report is that the special dark coating would be applied only to the right lens, the new lens, and as OnLeaks points out, it's not much better than just coating the entire thing or leaving the entire thing exposed. So hopefully Apple can figure this out definitely in time. I do not like just the coated color look, but I'm sure it'll look different in person as it always does. And this leak is not even worth mentioning probably for Apple that they did this, because you literally, instead of the horizontal mute switch, which every iPhone has had, I feel like in your pocket, reaching down and flicking this switch will be easier. It'll be easier to find. It's a nice rounded switch now, so you'll just know if it's up, it won't go any further. But sometimes in your pocket, I get a little confused depending on which way your phone is facing the mute switch. It's different. And lastly, they did mention that USB-C is not happening in 2019. In the past, we've heard from other sources that Apple is testing it, and it's likely, if they the AirPods 2 leaks, right? The matte black color, all those exciting features, well, we got none of it. Anyways, DigiTimes has just published a report saying AirPods 3 are happening, and they're happening in 2019 with an entirely new form factor. So these will be noise-canceling headphones. Noise-canceling, even back then, the leaks were saying Apple's initial plans were to release AirPods 3 and 2 in the same year. So looks like it's still happening. So the main focus will be noise cancellation, and because of that, the design has to change. So we're gonna be getting an in-ear tube, very likely, sealed off, and this is gonna change the way AirPods look, because they say in the article that battery life will be a major concern here. Now this design you're seeing, this is our interpretation of AirPods, so that's the only way I see this working. Otherwise, AirPods 2.5 makes no sense if you're actually going to be selling people these assets. And this is a great thing because of several reasons. For one, Apple can make more of these with less problems, so a higher yield rate. Two, this means that there's more space inside of the AirPod now, so that leaves more space for that larger battery, because noise cancellation is pretty taxing on that. And I actually connected a dot here. So earlier, Max Weinbach said the AirPods case might be changing for the new generation. Little did we know at the time that AirPods 2 was not a true refresh. He was likely referring to this AirPods 3 redesign. So we designed this case accordingly. Of course, it will be larger to support a different design, but in an interview with Document Journal, Johnny Ive says that he's constantly designing things, and at Apple, they place things in the back burner very often until technology matures enough where that technology becomes viable. So Apple is constantly revisiting older designs that they have stashed away, and it's a very interesting prospect to me, because AirPower just got killed. The technology was simply not possible in 2019. So do not think for a minute that Apple is leaving that alone. In the future, they will likely revisit that once the technology catches up, amongst other things in the future. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next one.